Okay, today I'm going to be showing you how to set the back gauge to do your remnant cuts on a Dynasaw 430. Okay, so first thing when we're doing this, obviously we've cut our other parts. We're going to want to clear any bar or any other material out of the bed of the saw. Again, I apologize, I'm shooting this with my phone, so it might be a little choppy. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to raise the head of the saw to its max position. This time you want to also clean the bed of the saw, remove if there's any heavy chip buildup so that we're not interfering with any of the vices. At this point, we're also going to bring the shuttle vise all the way to its forward position. We can close it part way. Okay. We're then going to insert the gauge bar. You can see that it has a pin and another pin, and then we want this slotted side to line up. I move it in kind of slow just to make sure that it's going to start where it needs to be. So we're going to set it and lock it into the vise. We're in the full forward position. So next thing we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our setup. So we want to select the job for the material. So in this case, this is a 2024 aluminum and it's a 3.5 inch round. So we want to select it and have all of our settings set for this material. Okay. When we go into this menu, we're going to go down into the bottom button, push the bottom arrow. You'll see back gauge. Select back gauge. Shows the material that we have selected, that we have the correct size. We're going to then also select the dimension or the target length. Okay. Our minimum that we can cut on this machine is this 0.9. or about 13/16. The minimum rim piece that we can use has to be 1.5 inches. Okay, so we can go into it. It's already set. To set it, we would highlight it, use the bar so that we can go through and set it. So we could go 0.95. That 0.9 is again our minimum. At this point, we come over and switch it to auto, and we push the back button. You'll see the screen goes to positioning, and the vise is moving back. When it reaches the position, our screen changes to positioned. We now select back to manual again. At this point, we are going to come over and insert our piece. So again, this is the end of the bar. So we would want to have the smoother or the flatter end. If it didn't have a smooth end, we needed to do a manual cut and already trim that. So that's the end we're going to put back against the gauge. Okay, this is where you have the pusher bar. Use that pusher bar so that you don't end up having your fingers in anywhere near. We're then going to close the vise. Okay, so our part is locked in. So we can see this is what everything looks like. Both vices are fully closed. We are positioned. We're in manual. And we're just going to push the start button. So the saw has completed the cut. It's turned itself off. At this point we'll raise the head of the saw. Open the front vise. We can then remove the part. And we have our finished part. At this point we could load the next part if it was of the same diameter, same material. If we were done, once again we're going to raise the head to its full up position. Open the front vise. Open the rear vise. And remove the back gauge. We can then come back over to our screen, push the back button. That exits out of the back gauge, and we're back into regular operating. We can set up our next job.